Hi, I'm Lou Scott, and this is the Geppetto Room, where you don't have to be creative to be creative. You just have to be you, because here we're going to explore and explain ways, methods, to make it easier for you to make better decisions, transformative decisions, to enrich the way you live, the way you work, the way you thrive in our state. These are the kind of decisions we need to avoid, to attract young people, which we need to avoid an economic disaster in the future. We need young people, so we have to make decisions that are transformative. Now, we have 5 opportunities, maybe 6 opportunities in Rutland right now to transform the way that Rutland feels, the way, add vibe, add energy to the state, add energy to the downtown area. 5 opportunities, and we need these opportunities, but in order to maximize these opportunities, which I'll tell you about, which I'm going to talk about, you have to make sure that the leaders make transformative decisions. Again, you heard me say this 1,000,000 times, I'm going to say it one more time. You can't solve new problems with old ideas. You need new ideas, transformative ideas, to attract youth. Now, the 5 opportunities are as follows. They have the energy, they have the leadership plans, they have the funding, and the proposals now for revamping and redesigning the rail yard, the depot park, Center Street, the Center Street alley, the gazebo on Main Street, and the possibility of what's happening in the Paramount. Those are 6 opportunities to transform, to develop attractions. The people come more often to come downtown, to revitalize downtown. Now, today, I'm going to talk about 2 of them. I'm going to talk about Depot Park, an idea I had, and the Center Street alley. Now, some transformative ideas I've had, I'd like to share with you and see if you can add to these ideas. Now, because this show is about creation of ideas and transformative thinking, let me just share a few minutes about how I came upon these ideas. A basic foundation for creative thinking, for transformative thinking, is simply to immerse yourself in data. The more you know about what you want to develop, the more synapses you have in your brain. The more synapses you have, the more combinations you have. Therefore, you have to immerse yourself. That's what I did. I did a Google search. I investigated what other people are doing downtowns. I investigated what people are doing with urban art. It's not that I want to copy those people. I wanted what Isaac Newton said. I want to stand on their shoulders. Stand on what they had done before, and then use it to generate my own ideas. Now, creativity, as I talked about, is not magic. You know, you're not creating something out of nothing. What you're doing is you're taking things that exist and you're combining them in a new way. And we have to combine them in a transformative way. Now, that's what I did. That's how, and then after I got the 2 ideas, I asked myself the 2 essential questions that all Vermonters have to ask when they make decisions. The one question is, well, is it transformative? Is it really transformative? Or is it just an old idea? Secondly, will it attract young people, the millennials, the Z generation? We need young people. Okay, will it attract? It passed those 2 questions, and this is what I'd like to share with you. Now, first, the Center Street alley. I liked what was going on in the Center Street before they ever did this, the grass. Remember there was several levels, there was bricks, you went on, there were stairways. It's a shame that we never thought about doing things that existed already, okay? But we didn't. Now we have this grassy plain and so forth. Now, here's what I think we should do to make it a real attraction. Number 1, take the marble memorial statues that you have and take them out of there and put them on Main Street where all the memorials are, where all the remembrance of the people. Main Street, common that strip along Route 7. That's where they belong. They're not urban art. They're not metaphors. They're memories. We should bring that and honor these people, honor them with the beautiful marble statues, but along that area. Keep the grassy plain empty at this particular point. Eliminate the tables that the restaurant has. Eliminate the awning, public space. Now, Use your imagination, because I have to apologize that I don't have pictures, I don't have photos. This is a public television, and it's very difficult to get copyrights and trademarks. It takes time, you don't have the time, so you have to use your imagination. Maybe get a piece of paper, pencil, do a map, do a drawing map, an idea map, or just close your eyes. You have to look at me. Close your eyes and think about what I'm thinking. I will try to be as descriptive as I can. Picture yourself inside. Now you're sitting and you're looking at the grassy plain, and you're looking at, in the center, you're looking at that huge wall. I think it's the back of the Paramount Theater. Beautiful wall. You're thinking about that. Now, what I want you to think about, you got to remove those things. Picture now in your mind, on that wall and on the center flat, which they call pavement, a three-dimensional mural now. Why is a three-dimensional mural important? First of all, if you never saw one, Google three-dimensional murals and see what they look like. See how powerful they can be. How a two-dimensional surface, artists can create three-dimensional reality. So real, you can taste it. You want to get involved in it. And that's what three-dimensional art is. Now, picture on that whole wall, three-dimensional art. Now, I have an idea for that three-dimensional art. I'll discuss that with you, but before that, let me share with you why three-dimensional art is so effective. There are some very important reasons why it is. Effective in the sense of bringing people there, bringing people more than one time, bringing people who will photograph themselves immersed in this artwork, in this three-dimensional art. First of all, number one, it's proven. Wherever it's been used, by whomever it's been used, I researched this, it's proven to bring people, it's proven to be interested, it's make people happy. Bring people down to where you want them to be to enjoy a three-dimensional, the feelings you get, the emotions you get from watching it, from looking at a three-dimensional piece of art like that. That's one reason. The second reason is that it fools the eye. It actually fools the brain into thinking that a two-dimensional surface has three dimensions, and it makes you feel good. It's mysterious, it's magic. It's the same emotion like you would get when you look at a magician doing a wonderful trick or an illusion. You get that feeling, you know it's a trick, but you want to see it again, and it's so much fun to see, and you wonder how he did it, and all these kind of thoughts bring you up, make you a happier person. Now, that's what happens when you look at a three-dimensional piece of art. Now, the most important thing about it also is it stimulates, now listen to this, it stimulates the happy parts of your brain. It stimulates the parts of your brain that give you joy, the combinations of your brain, the centers of your pleasures, the endorphin, all of a sudden come up, and you smile. You smile, you become happier. Interesting, and that's why people are coming to the idea of a three-dimensional piece of art. It also, and this is surprising, it eliminates stress. Really, it probably isn't surprising because in reality, when you feel happier, you don't really think about your stress. Large companies have used three-dimensional wallpaper and even flooring also to relieve the stress of their employees. People sitting back looking at such a painting, again, have all these feelings, this elimination of stress, this feeling of goodness, all the things that happen in your pleasure points. And when they do, they're more productive. People looking at this, okay, when you look at the three-dimensional artwork, there's a tendency that to get involved in it. You keep walking up to it, so it's immersive. You keep walking up to it, you can't believe that your eye is seeing three-dimensional when you know it's two-dimensional and you're touching it. And you take pictures of it because, interesting, the camera that you have picks up more sharpness in a three-dimension than the eye does, actually. So it's very immersive. And those are the reasons why three-dimensional art is effective and for the purposes we want now. what we really have to do is go back again to the sitting in the center street. You're sitting in a place and you're looking at that. Now, what I picture on that wall, three-dimensionally, is if you were, picture yourself in a boat near Italy, and you're looking at a seaport town, Sorrento, Portofino, a beautiful town, and you're looking at houses and chalets and different colors and balconies and people lounging. They're so real that you want to talk to them. And then going down to the rocky shores and the water, all three-dimensional, so real that it's real. To your mind, it's real until you go up and touch it. Picture that. Now, also picture the water as it comes down in that place, the water on the ground, they call them pavement, three-dimensional. The water comes over to the green grass. And that's where I think we should have another three-dimensional drawing, not the grass. What they do is they do it on another piece of material and then they put it on the grass. Picture the harbor, the Italian shore harbor. Now you're looking at boats and sails and water and fish in the water and people in the water, but real, so real that you don't want to jump in it because you're going to think you're going to drown, or so real that you want to you kick yourself, you didn't bring a fishing rod or sailing shoes. That's how real it is. You have this picture of the island, of the housing on the side, and then you have a picture in your mind of the harbor. Three-dimensional, the reality of all this. Now, in the same place, you have tables, real tables around with canopies and on top of it, where people can sit and enjoy and get involved and immerse themselves in this art, come many times, take photographs, walk on it. You have a tendency to walk on it, and then you're surprised that you didn't fall in the water. That's the idea. You talk to the people, and you're surprised on the wall that they don't talk back to you. That's how real it is. You're real. And then you're going to draw people just for the sake of that experience, for the sake of that pleasure, and for the sake of the idea that they can relax, they can empathize, they can gather, they can talk. It'll bring people downtown, and that's what we need to revitalize the vibrance and the energy of Rutland. That's the one idea. Now, let's go to the second idea. Second idea is what we're going to do with the depot park. Don't forget, we had the plans. What are we going to do with Depot Park? Now, I know that we have a farmer's market, a winter farmer's market, way outside of town. It's an old building, but now it's closed for some reason. It's an old building, it's always cold. It's not a nice area, it's not a best place for farmers to show their vitality and the nourishment of their foods, natural foods. So I'm suggesting that we actually build a building a farmer's market, winter market, all year round market in Depot Park. First of all, the building itself is an artifice themselves. It looks like it's a long building. Okay. In that building, if you go inside that building, there'll be little stalls for farmers to display their food professionally, deliciously. They'll sell more. You'll be happier. If it's cold, it'll be warm in there. You walk down and you have all these stalls of all these vegetables that our local farmers build. And you have it all year. Also, there are other vendors. Vendors for jewelry, vendors for art, whatever. As you walk down this stairway, this aisle with all the stalls, you come up to an open place. That open place has tables and chairs where people can sit and admire or eat their foods that they just bought, or admire the trinkets that they just bought. There'll be a place for music, a musician. There'll be a hearth for the wintertime to give you the warmth, the coziness, like a fireplace. And maybe we can even serve mixed cocktails already mixed easily. So maybe not only do you come to buy food, but maybe at the end of the day, it's all there. You're going just to sit down like a cocktail lounge. Inside. Now outside, you have this building that has lots of glass. It gives the farmer, listen to this, it gives the farmer the ability in the summertime to present and sell the food from the outside if he doesn't want to do it on the inside. Slides it in there. So he has a place in the hallway and he has a place on the outside. That gives it more dexterity for him, more than people who want to sit inside. Then you're outside, you have this luxurious landscape, and at the end of this building is an area that may look like your backyard, a patio with chairs, seating, a fire hearth in case it's a little cooler in the fall, that we can sit and enjoy again the atmosphere. You can take a breath of things you bought, and then you can walk down if you want to. Now, here again, I'd like to place as a center of attraction another three-dimensional art. Again, let me explain. It could be anything, but what I see related to the food market is food. Just imagine you're sitting looking at giant vegetables, peppers, cucumbers, carrots, tomatoes, anything. You're sitting there, and they're looking back at you, and you want to grab them. They're so big, you want to start eating them. That's how real they are. Or you walk among them. That attraction itself will bring people to photograph it, to be there, and to participate in what I like to call the farmer's market ark. It's like Noah's Ark. It has everything in there, and maybe a funny line to position Rutland's farmer's ark would be more than two of everything. Like Noah had only two of everything, plus fun. So no, the idea it's a farmer's market all year round, and it's an event. It's an experience. Now you have something that is an attraction, and then you have two of these things. And you're going to have more, which we'll discuss later on. But these two, you have two attractions, two reasons why people want to come downtown to experience downtown. And when they do, they'll experience all the other stores. And when they do, other stores will come, other merchants will come, because the place is suitable for their business. Now, what are the advantages of all that? The advantages are simple. You have two opportunities, and you have 4 or 5 other ones, again, which I'll speak of later shows, that'll draw attention, proven ways to draw attention, proven ways to bring people downtown, to add vibrance and energy, and commercial vitality to downtown, because you're transforming Rutland into something that's not. You're giving it a natural environment, which it doesn't have. You're inviting people to experience, and that's exactly what the new younger people want. They want experiences. And why couldn't the shopping experiences or the gathering experiences be suitable for that reason? Downtown should be a destination. Now you're giving them 2 destinations, and you're going to give them more as we develop all these opportunities. But again, what we have to do is develop them in a transformative way. When we do develop these things, we have to ask ourselves 2 questions when we develop it. Is it transformative? And will it attract young people, the millennials, the Z generation? If you don't get 2 positive answers, keep thinking. And what you think about when you're making those decisions. Think, add to the data, immerse yourself in the data. So, if you're a person who has in charge of these kind of decisions, who has input in these kind of decisions, are presented with plans, use these ideas, use what your brain is telling you to do, what we need to do downtown, to add to the planning of our leaders, okay, to add to the planning. I'll let the leaders know what we want to do. We want to have transform. Now, lastly, transformative ideas are always a little uncomfortable because we have biases. We like to do things that we're comfortable with, that we have done before, that we know about. We don't have to reach out. There's no risk involved. Well, in transformative ideas, there is a little risk. The risk is not the lack of success, because it will be successful. The risk is it doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel, it's brand new. Do I want to be part of that? Do I want to be part of that newness? The answer is absolutely yes. You want to be part of that newness. We want to be part of transformative. We want Rutland to be the transformative town in all of Vermont, period. That's what we have to do. We have 5 opportunities to do it, 6 opportunities, and there'll probably be more. We're trying to change the landscape, change the feeling, change the vibrance, change the energy. That's what we need. If that's uncomfortable, then let's all be uncomfortable. We have to be transformative. Now with that, this is the Geppetto Room, where you don't have to be creative to be creative. You just have to be you. Because we're here, you know we're going to discuss new ideas that'll be transformative for all of us. I'm Lou Scott. Until next time.